just look more special athletically to me than Xander throughout their careers, right? On the other hand, when you said Xander got better, Xander was so precocious. He was such a young fighter when we first saw him. And you don't have your man bones yet as a boxer. Now he's into his 20s, maybe a different fighter. By the way, when we talk about the difference between championship and belt, you can win belts in different divisions, right? But Boots was the Ring Magazine welterweight champion of the world.
And also, I'm thinking about is if you really watch Boots, Boots does look special all the time. But there's cases where he gets hit a lot. And you're like, man, for you to be so good and so special, why are you getting hit from some of these lower class fighters? So Xander might have...
Max Kellerman believes Jaron Ennis will overwhelm Xander Zayas, citing Ennis's superior experience, higher ring IQ, and sharper all-around skill set, which place him on a level the young challenger has not yet reached.
Loved the way he got it because Stanionis hadn't fought in a million years. It's his only real significant welterweight win, really, of a guy who's in the top 10, and that guy was really inactive. But he dominated that fight, Mike.
Yes,
dominated.
Yeah, I think Boots looked special in that fight, and there's a reason why there's so much hype around.
Max Kellerman says there are not many truly elite fighters at middleweight, making the division relatively thin, which in his view further highlights Boots and Zayas as the standout competitors at 154 pounds.
Comes time to actually make the fights.
Okay.
And to be honest, junior middleweight is a good and deep division.
Yes, it is.
I don't see any pound for pound top 5 guys at the top of that division. Maybe not top 10 guys at the top of that division. And now that it's time to fight the top of a division with no top 10 pound for pound guys in it, you don't know who's going to win.
No.
Coach Reed delivered a harsh warning, insisting that Boots Ennis ends careers and that Xander Zayas may be stepping into danger too soon. While praising Xander's talent and potential, he stressed that the young fighter is still inexperienced and not yet fully prepared for a challenge at that level.
I just think that Xander don't know enough. And take a fight like this. I mean, granted, you get in this game, you in this game to be the best. But I don't think he's ready for a fight like this. I mean, Xander's good, he can fight, but he's still a kid, still a baby, still in learning stages right now.
Unified champion, right?
He is.
Big kid. Seems like he's getting better each and every fight.
And I agree, but Boots in careers, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, are they going to pay him enough? You know what I'm saying? Are they going to pay him enough? Because I'm sure after they fight, he's not going to fight.
Richard Torres Jr. admitted he is a big fan of Xander Zayas, but also made it clear that Boots Ennis is an incredible fighter. He explained that anything can happen in boxing, especially when facing someone as dangerous and talented as Boots.
More for you. What do you think about Boots versus Xander? How do you pick that out?
Man, it's two insanely talented fighters. I myself am a Xander fan. I through and through since day one. I've known him since the amateurs. I'm gonna rock with Xander. He's my guy. I won't ever go against him, man. So Xander's my guy, and I'm gonna keep with him. But Boots is such a talented fighter. I'm a fan of his as well, and I'm excited for that. I just saw he posted today that he signed the contract. So.
Abner Mares issued a major warning, saying the fight comes too soon for Xander Zayas. He believes Xander should have taken 1 or 2 more fights first before risking everything against a dangerous opponent like Boots.
Possibly happening, Xander versus Boots. How do you see that fight going? Do you think maybe Xander's a little bit too young there?
Too soon.
Too soon. You think it's too soon?
Brother. Yeah, I love Sanders, and if he waits and if he's smart and his team is smart, they'll hold on at least 2 more fights, and then release him to the wolves. And I'm just speaking realistic in how I see it, because I wouldn't want him to lose a really hard fight and him just declining. You get me? And it happens. We've seen it with fighters where it's too soon of a fight. I mean, let's not go far. I mean, I hate to use him as an example, but when Vargas fought Trinidad, it was too soon, brother. And you gotta have and you gotta be patient with your fighters, and I think they have to be patient with Xander Zayas. Not that I'm saying that he can't win. Maybe he can, but maybe he's gonna get hit too much or injured himself. You get me? So wait a little bit.
Jaron Ennis confidently declared himself the best fighter in the 154-pound division and promised to prove it on fight night. While showing respect for Xander Zayas, he insisted that his experience, skill, and overall sharpness give him a clear edge over the young challenger.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't take nothing from him. He's a good fighter. I appreciate him. Appreciate him for giving me an opportunity. But I don't really see much. He's a great fighter. He got good fundamentals, good jab. smart at times, but like I said, I'm taking over. This is my division. It don't matter what he do. It don't matter what he bring to the table. I'm gonna show the world why I'm the best in the world, and we gonna start in June. Like at the end of the day, as long as I'm making my team happy, making myself happy, and I'm feeling great, and I'm putting on these beautiful shoes and becoming that pay-per-view star, and that's what I'm going to do. And like I said, I'm the cash cow 154, and I'm the man, and they about to see.
How big is? Okay. How big is this fight, Boots?
How big is this fight? To be honest, not for nothing. I feel like this fight is kind of like evening out with the Virgil situation. If you ask me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Virgil got the name, but Virgil don't got the accolades.
Xander being a young, unified champion.
I'm about to say Xander, young, unified champion. So kind of like even out. So, and Xander kind of like making a name for himself. And yeah, I feel like it's evening out, evened out, and I think it's gonna be.
Timothy Bradley warned that adding too much weight could hurt Xander Zayas in the later rounds, making him slower, less mobile, and more vulnerable, while giving Boots a strong opportunity to break him down and possibly score a stoppage.
I've been reading a lot of comments and stuff, and people saying that, 9, 10. I've been also seeing, 11. Shit. Look, I just got done studying some Xander Zayas, man. Late in the fight, he begins to fade. Round 8, 9, he starts to fade. Yeah. He starts to fade because all that weight he put on. He put on so much weight in between fights. Boots, his ass put on weight too. I'm eating all them Philly cheese steaks and shit. I don't know what the hell Xander be eating over there in Puerto Rico or Florida, whatever the hell he is. I know they got some good ass restaurants out there. I'm not gonna lie, especially in Puerto Rico. God, ooh, they got some good ass food. You can look at me and tell I love to eat. But yeah, but see, the problem is he be pulling all that weight. It wasn't nothing that was like crazy. With head movement, the shit that Boots gonna be doing, all that head moving and sliding, tucking and moving on angles and shit. Boots, that's what Boots gonna attack is late. And Boots got power. He got
Max Kellerman discussed how Boots Ennis looks like a truly special fighter, consistently showing elite talent and skill every time he steps into the ring. He also believes Xander Zayas could feel real power for the first time when facing an opponent as dangerous and complete as Boots.
Boots fight, there's some times where there's guys that are not as good as him on his level are hitting him. And maybe Xander's seen us, let me get him. Because if I hit him, it'll be different than other guys.
And I think when guys step in the ring with Boots, they're intimidated with the athleticism.
Yeah, he's a different brother.
Xander, he's not. He's a champion. He's confident. He got that Puerto Rican pride, too.
Okay.
I mean, the fight's in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? So, the fight's in New York. I'm sorry.
Might as well be in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, New York. You know how it is.
So it's gonna be a big fan base for Xander, man. So it's gonna be like a hometown kind of fight for him. So, man, it's just a great recipe for it to be a great.
They also discussed how this fight represents a huge opportunity for Xander Zayas to shine, prove himself on a bigger stage, and gain valuable experience against a top-level opponent.
For being here. Man, this everybody, like you said, is busting. I feel like this is the biggest fight of 2026 thus far. And it was important for me because for me to say that I'm the best, I got to face the best. And Jaron Ennis is one of the best names in the division, alongside other fighters and myself. So come June 27th, I will claim why I'm the best 154-pounder in the world.
And like you said, everyone is buzzing. Everyone's talking about it. Jaron Ennis himself, he's giving you immense credit, and rightfully so, for taking this fight when you had the leverage to call the shots and choose any route you preferred.
Yeah.
At the age of 23, what does it speak to you? What does it speak for you as the fighter you are?
Man, I feel like a lot of people will love or love to be average in life. I wasn't born.
Xander Zayas speaks with complete confidence, making it clear that he sees himself among boxing's elite. His willingness to face the very best reflects fearless ambition, strong self-belief, and a burning desire to prove his talent. He wants to test himself at the highest level and show that he truly belongs among the sport's top fighters.
And there's spots where I see Xander, he just gets himself in some bad spots, man. He drops his hands a lot. I see too much exposure on that left side. Way too much exposure on that left side. He gonna have to keep that left hand glued to his face because that overhand right of Boots is lethal. It's lethal, man. And Boots turned that uppercut up the middle too, especially from the southpaw stance when Xander's leaning forward, man. Another lethal shot. But man, I see a lot of holes in Xander's game, especially when you start to put that pressure on him. Yeah. He try to get the fuck out of Dodge. He don't want none of that heat. Nah, he don't like the heat like that. He like his space. His system requires distance. Can he fight a little bit inside? A little bit inside. It's not a specialty. Nah, he want to be able to work the combinations as you throwing shots. He looking for shots to be able to counter in between with shit, or he looking to start his shit, start the action, boom, weave underneath shots, counter, boom, boom, and then he on to the next. He around that corner, right?
Timothy Bradley believes Boots Ennis could become far more dangerous in the later rounds, especially as pressure builds. He points out that Boots carries serious power and can hurt opponents with shots they never see coming. Bradley is particularly concerned about Xander Zayas dropping his hands and leaving the left side of his face exposed, warning that Boots' overhand right and uppercut from his stance could be especially damaging. He also feels Xander performs best when he has space to move and counter, rather than being forced into close-range exchanges. According to Bradley, sustained pressure exposes weaknesses in Xander's game, which is exactly where Boots thrives. Once Boots finds his rhythm and starts putting together combinations, he can quickly shift momentum and land damaging sequences. Bradley ultimately sees a late stoppage as a real possibility, believing that if the fight turns into a tough, physical battle, Boots' strength and power could overwhelm Xander in the closing rounds.
Xander needs to make it somewhat rough, tough fight. You can't try to make it neat, because if you try to make it a neat fight and be too careful, Boots gonna beat you to the punch every time. He's gonna beat you to the punch, or he gonna always go first. So I think Xander just need to make it a dog fight. Boots, I think, need to go to that body, and just do what he do. I mean, try to slow him down and break him up. I mean, for Xander gotta make it a street fight. He gotta make it ugly.
But Xander's not necessarily known for that. He's known for trying to box on the outside.
And that's why they say make adjustments. That's why they say make adjustments. That's why they say have a plan B, C. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what you'll be able to do. He might try going there and fight your style, and then you ain't able to get off. So I gotta change my game plan. I gotta change my approach. Or what's happening. If not, I can get stuck in first gear.
Greg Hackett believes Xander Zayas cannot afford to box a clean, cautious fight against Boots, as that style would play directly into Boots' strengths. In his view, if Xander tries to stay technical and keep the fight on the outside, Boots will simply beat him to the punch and control the tempo from the opening bell. Instead, Hackett feels Xander must turn it into a rough, physical battle and make the contest uncomfortable by applying pressure, aggression, and a willingness to get into messy exchanges rather than relying only on pure boxing skills. At the same time, he notes that this is not Xander's natural style, which makes the challenge even tougher.
What have you seen from their just based off the last couple of performances, what have you seen that would make it difficult for the other person?
For Xander, I think he could be stubborn. He could be stubborn towards Boots because he might not be affected the way everybody else was affected. What I'm saying is when he go to Xander's body, we don't know yet. We don't know. This is just me talking. We don't know. We don't know if he going, the way Steady Onus was getting broke up, we don't know if he going to break up as easy. You know what I'm saying? He might be stubborn towards, he might get hit with a clean shot to the head and eat it. Like, act like it's nothing. Where everybody else is like, whoa, what the f is that? Or might not even see it coming, like Lima. You know what I'm saying? And for Xander, with Boots, it's going to be the style. Boots got a way of approaching and adjusting on the fly where you be.
Blair Cobbs gave a bold and balanced take on a potential clash between Xander Zayas and Jaron Ennis, making it clear that many people may be underestimating Xander too quickly. He believes one of the biggest factors in the discussion is age, with some fans dismissing Xander simply because he is only 23. However, Cobbs pointed out that Boots is also still relatively young, around 27 or 28, which places both fighters in their physical prime. According to Cobbs, this is not a mismatch, but a true 50-50 fight between two well-developed prospects. He also suggested that Xander may have been guided slightly better, praising Top Rank for carefully grooming its fighters for major moments. At the same time, he acknowledged that Boots has also been managed intelligently and positioned perfectly for a defining fight. What makes the matchup so exciting for Blair Cobbs is that both fighters are entering this stage near their prime, which he compared to legendary prime versus prime battles like Tommy Hearns versus Sugar Ray Leonard. In his view, this is the kind of fight boxing fans love, because neither man is past his peak. He expects an intense contest that could either become a tactical boxing match or erupt into a full war, depending on who establishes their style first. Jaron Ennis spoke with complete confidence ahead of the fight, making it clear that he believes the outcome is entirely in his control. He boldly stated that the fight will end exactly how he wants it to, showing the same self-belief that has defined his rise in boxing. He dismissed the idea of this being his toughest challenge, saying people label every opponent as his biggest test, yet he continues to make each fight look easy. He also pointed to his track record, reminding critics that he has consistently delivered against high-level opposition, including undefeated champions. According to Ennis, no one in the division is doing what he does inside the ring, whether it is his speed, power, timing, or ability to dominate opponents. At the same time, he acknowledged that Xander Zayas is building a major name for himself, especially among Puerto Rican boxing fans. Still, his message remained firm. Once the bell rings, he expects to prove again why he sees himself as a level above everyone else. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.